to interview you for once. You're always the interviewer. For the sake of success and the reality, this is my job. At the end of the day, I have to make some business decisions versus I think it really could hold the audience the same way Raid does. It's the kind of game you can grind 24/7 if you really want to.
I didn't ask you your opinion on like how Hades doing the Fateless game. It was kind of a big announcement in the. Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Gonna be joined by IvyLeeGaming. How you doing today? Good to see you again.
Good to have me back. Good to be back.
hey, it's all good. It's last time we chatted, you were diving into like Eternal Evolution and doing all that type of stuff. So just give me like the general overarching of what you're doing right now in relation to like Raid and Eternal Evolution, these different mobile games and everything going on out there.
Yeah, when I quit Raid, I was playing Eternal Evolution and Infinite Magic Raid. And I did focus the Eternal Evolution channel for a while. It did very well right after the global launch. A lot better than I actually did when I played Raid, honestly. But things kind of died down as far as... I don't want to say the game died down, honestly. It's my own fault. I just started losing interest. Just like I think I'm kind of in the point where I enjoy that new experience so much more. And by the time you get 3-6 months in, sometimes the games just aren't as fun anymore. And the new shiny thing is more exciting. So I was finding that with Eternal Evolution because I played since like July. Like, people didn't start playing until November, but I played since July. So for me, the game was already getting kind of old, you know? And I think by that time, I kind of started to play it less. So I started to transition away from Eternal Evolution and focus on other things.
Okay, so what are you doing, like, mainly today? Like, for your normal workflow, what's your main focuses right now?
My TLDR could be an hour if I wanted it to be, but I tried switching to... the shortest possible. I tried switching to a Honkai Star Rail as a focus when that came out on a totally separate channel, and that did not happen. I just got lost in the shuffle of all the big boys, and I ended up kind of just going back to the main Raid channel, but playing different games. And I was really interested in Dragonair Silent Gods, and it had a great initial first impression, but then I should say, as soon as the CBT actually hit, we were all pretty disappointed. It really wasn't what we were expecting. We were expecting like a true Raid competitor, and it really is like more like a side chill game that is very time gated. So the community wasn't too happy with that, and things fizzled away. So I was trying to kind of keep up with that a little bit, but the views just went down and down and down dramatically as the community has been very unhappy for many reasons. And luckily, I just found Watcher of Realms through a sponsorship first, and I decided to keep playing it. Boom, like instant, great views, super happy community, love the game. It's a lot like Raid. Graphics are amazing. I didn't expect to like a tower defense, but it's a fun change, and I'm having fun.
Yeah, it's a fun little game. It's not going to be a Raid killer, but
no,
nowadays, I get so I don't know what the word so doubtful of people when they are always saying, and you get all like the creator videos out there like, this is the Raid killer. It's like I never, it's just never going to happen. And I remember kind of telling people for Eternal Evolution, I was like, give it 3 to 6 months, like you said, when the honeymoon phase dies down, and I guarantee you it'll be kind of the same story where it just fizzles out a little bit. So did Eternal Evolution, like, is that like completely over? Like, is it dead, or did it just kind of like settle into a smaller community?
I think it's like every game most games just don't have that amazing marketing budget to keep up the pace like Raid did, I think. Like, the initial hype and excitement always fades after a launch, right? No matter what, and bringing in the new players is the hard part. And I just don't think many games are very successful at that. Like, they kind of stop their pushes. They don't bring in new content creators to push the game as much after that initial global launch, and it shows. It fades away. I think for me, the game, I don't see Eternal Evolution nearly dead. It's just more my personal interest changed with it. I think it became too much, honestly. It became too much to do to be a side game. And to me, Eternal Evolution was never a Raid killer, never a Raid competitor at all. To me, it was something fun you play on the side with a game like Raid, or with a game like Infinite Magic Raid or Genshin Impact, something that's more time consuming. I always saw Eternal Evolution as just a chill game, and it became not so chill. It became hard to keep up with, and that kind of pushed me away from it.
Yep.
I want an idle RPG to be an idle RPG, you know?
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's just, yeah, it gets a little bit hyperbolic when people think it's gonna like kill everything in the end. But I'm surprised we haven't seen like a Summoner's War, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, a big titan that truly competes, and maybe how Hades' game Fate was. Maybe that'll be the one in 2 years that finally competes with Raid.
Yeah, I think Dragonair was, we were so, I had high expectations because the graphics are beautiful, and I still think the game is great. I just didn't, the way that I first saw it, I saw it initially like a Raid competitor, I really did. But then they changed so much, they added season, they time-gated everything like Diablo Immortal, and they did a lot of things that really pissed off the community, and then the dev communication got terrible, and they just pushed their whole community away. And I think if I knew what the game was really going to be at the start, I would have marketed it completely different. I wouldn't be like, I don't know, I think I would have really pushed that this is just a chill side game. Don't expect to spend hours a day grinding. If that's the game you want, this isn't the game for you. If you want a game to log in for 30 minutes, 2 hours max a day, this is great. It's honestly pretty perfect for that. I think a lot of people just want that game they can grind literally all day, like Raid, and that is not going to fulfill that need.
Yeah, a lot of people were super excited for Dragonair. Like I know Scratch and some of the people that I play with a lot and chat with a lot were super excited about Dragonair. But it's funny, you know, once I played it for like 15 minutes, I knew it didn't have the teeth to get in. You can just kind of tell after this many years. And like, you know, people like me and you, we've played so many of these games that we can tell really quickly, like if it's got that magic or not.
I think, honestly, I'm pretty surprised at the at Watcher of Realms, like in the community, how happy they are with it. I definitely think it has pretty solid longevity. If people can get behind the tower defense, which is a totally different style of gameplay, and it's very in the moment, very hands-on. If you don't like that, actively pushing the campaign and being there making those instant decisions, it's not gonna appeal to some people. But if you like that, I think it really could hold the audience the same way Raid does. It's the kind of game you can grind 24/7 if you really want to, I think. And a lot of it feels like Raid, and in good ways and bad ways a little bit. But I'm really surprised. I think that probably has a lot more potential than Dragonair for long-term interest.
Okay, and you know, how has it been? How long has it been since you quit Raid?
I think before December.
Okay, so
yeah.
like 7-8 months, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. So how have you like literally quit? Like, have you quit following everything? You quit logging in? Like, you literally haven't logged into Raid for like 7 or 8 months?
I mean, I'm married to Odd One, so I always know what's going on. And I do watch Hell Hades or you, or even some of the randomly, if something's curious, like you catch me with your clickbait, you're good at that. I have to watch sometimes. I have to watch. I'm still curious. I'm still involved in the community, and I did play Raid on stream for a sponsorship the other day. That was fun. But I do not have an account anymore. I gave away my long-term, highly grinded, lots of money spent account. It's gone. So I'm not coming back unless I mean, I can't see it. Maybe temporarily to do like, I kind of said I would give myself a punishment if certain things happened, and I would do like a free-to-play series for a month or something, but that's about it, you know?
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. And do you, looking back on it, you know, this far out, like, you know, would you go back and not quit, or was it a good thing, or, you know, what would you do if you could go back a year?
Oh, man. I mean, I definitely wish I did not put all my eggs in the Honkai Star Rail basket like I did for a while, because I was just trying to do like Eternal Evolution. I wanted to catch the moment it released and be part of the excitement, but I don't think it would have affected my decision with Raid, though. I think I actually have found that I'm someone who really enjoys the new game experience, and I don't want to play the same game for 4 or 5 years. I don't. I want to play a new game every couple months. I'm welcoming that. And as I get a sponsorship and accidentally get addicted to it, like it always seems to happen, I'm going to play a few games at the same time, cut one of them, add a new one in. Same thing. I kind of want that to be my pattern. I actually like it. Hopefully there'll be something that sticks a little bit more long-term than, like, I don't know, Infinite Magic Grade or whatever, but I kind of like having the permanence.
What happened with Infinite Magic Raid? That was another one that I saw was getting a little bit of traction there, but it was right before Eternal Evolution, and it seems like it died off pretty fast.
Yeah, the global launch was September, and I feel like the game was half dead by January. Like, it really went quick. They just never listened to the main complaints of the community from pre-global launch, which was how bad the food issue was and how hard it was to like level up characters. And it just really pushed away their long-term player base. And then they started doing these fusions that were extreme Kraken territory, like, in limited time, only could get this one character, one time only, from a very short window, and from a special shard that it was really hard to accrue. And it just really pushed people. Like, if even the Krakens don't want to do it, you know you're not doing something right. So, and then they started doing, what pushed me away the most was the shard pulse summoning events. They started doing midweek ones like Raid, and it just I just got that FOMO feeling, the stress, the feeling like you're spread too thin, kind of feeling from Raid. I was starting to really feel with that game, and it just became too much like it.
I feel like that's gone away a little bit in Raid. I feel like people just kind of accept the fact that there's going to be a summoning event going on all the time, and you just skip.
That's true.
75% of them and don't worry about it.
It's very true. I think if you can have the mentality of not feeling like you need to do everything, need to do every event, every fusion, every summoning event, and then you can really enjoy the games better. But it depends on the game, and it depends on like the mindset and the type of player.
Okay, cool. And I know you had done I know you had watched like my video, and I think you covered it on your channel, but I didn't ask you your opinion on like how Hades doing the Fateless game. It was kind of a big announcement in the mobile and Raid community, and I don't remember your exact thoughts on that, if you wanted to share.
Oh, I am always a proud little minion. I will support anything he does happily. I really will. I don't think he would do this if he wasn't going to do it right. I think we know him well enough that he's not going to half-ass something. He's going to not be one of those on the list of never going to really be a raid killer. I think they're going to do a good job taking their time to do it right and not be just another half-ass, like, you know, they got to get it right. I feel like they have to nail it. Or, yeah, you don't want to be the same. You don't want to be another one on the list of like, oh yeah, that was cool but didn't last. That was cool but didn't last. I don't think they're going to let that happen. I have faith in them.
Yeah, same. I agree. It'll be exciting in like a year and a half when we can actually see like a beta and be able to see what's going on with the different mechanics and all that when they know a little bit more. But so now you're gonna be like doing variety content, right?
I think okay. So Honkai made me want to play Genshin because I loved the vibe of Genshin forever. I just never played it because I knew I didn't have time with Raid to play Genshin. So I actually really started playing Genshin. So I still have that channel, sort of, kind of. I stream that a little bit. I think I'm going to transition, I guess what I'm doing now, sticking back to that dark fantasy focus of whether Watcher of Realms and Dragonair. I think I'm going to just focus those two games pretty hard, play Genshin for fun more so than content. I've been really loving Genshin Impact. I see why people are obsessed with it community-wise. It's so involved, and there's so much to do. You can never get bored, I swear, unless you started from day one. But starting now, it's a lot, and I don't know. I wish I could stream everything and truly be a variety streamer, but I also know that that's a lot harder to hold an audience. And for the sake of not having, I don't know, for the sake of success and the reality, this is my job. At the end of the day, I have to make some business decisions versus what I want to do for fun sometimes. And I think I need to focus and just stick to Watcher of Realms right now. It's doing well. It's doing amazing, honestly. And when Dragonair goes global, I'm gonna go back and ride the hype and hope to push it too, because I really do like that game at the end of the day as a side game to play with Watcher of Realms. So I'm hoping I can focus those two games, hardcore, daily content, and that will be like the bulk of what I do and stream. But I still want to stream Genshin every once in a while because it's so much fun.
Yeah, Genshin is a huge game. It's probably one of the biggest mobile games. It's like bigger than Honkai and Raid and all that, right?
Yeah, it is insane. Like the views that those content creators get, my God, like I couldn't believe seeing some of it. And it's like, it just shows you how small Raid is compared to some of the games out there. When you see some of the subscriber counts and views on those people. It's crazy.
Yep. The ceiling in Raid is a lot lower than the ceiling
Yes,
on
exactly.
something like Diablo 4 or Genshin or one of these just huge markets. Did you try Diablo 4 or anything? That was kind of the biggest game to come out in 2023.
No, I kind of decided, I think with Diablo Immortal, that I wasn't gonna continue down like that. I don't know. I'm not feeling it anymore. I feel like it's fun to be nostalgic about it, but I just don't know that I'd want to get into that type of game again. Although, yeah, I don't know, maybe, but it could
Season
change in
1
the
on
future.
Diablo
But
4 starts this weekend. There you go.
as of
There's
now,
your in.
I'm not interested.
Don't let Diablo Immortal sour you though. That was a one-off in the Diablo franchise.
That's true.
That's really all I had. I wanted to get your thoughts on your perspective leaving Raid and some of the new games that are out there, and so because I know you've tried to branch out and do a lot of stuff, and I wanted to get your
I've played
perspective.
a lot of games.
Yeah, you've played more than me, I think. You've done a better job of branching out into everything. I've done a little bit more of the PC stuff, Age of Empires 4, Diablo 4, stuff like that.
Okay.
But you've definitely done the wide variety of mobile games, so it's fun to get your perspective. Is there anything you wanted to chat about that I didn't ask you about? I know we were just kind of having a casual chat here.
No, we did good with the TLDR. Like, it would take forever to truly explain my gaming journey. Trust me, it would be a while. So, the content creation it's been a roller coaster though. So like since Raid, there was the up with Eternal Evolution, there was the down with Honkai Star Rail, and then there was an up with Dragonair sort of coming with the soft launch, and then a down again and up again. It's literally just been all over the place. But I still have no regrets at the end of the day. I am going to stick true to my guns of not playing anything that I don't have fun with. Like, it's going to show as a content creator. If you're miserable playing a game or you're just going through the motions, it shows. People notice. So I don't want that feeling anymore.
I get that question all the time. People are like, do you still...
how are you feeling with Raid?
Yeah, people, you get the comment all the time, like, do you like playing Raid after 4.5 years, or do you just do it because you have to for content or whatever? And my answer is always, if I didn't like it, I would quit. Because like with Diablo Immortal, I was technically doing pretty well on Diablo Immortal. My channel was pretty equal to my Raid channel. But
nice.
But I quit. Well, once I wasn't having fun anymore, I quit. Which took like 2 months. And I was like, even though the content's doing okay, I don't want to log in. I don't want to force myself to log in and do something I'm not having fun with. So I will absolutely stop if I don't enjoy it. But so far, I still kind of like the game and I like the community, and I'm having fun kind of settling in. I'm not spending near what I used to. I used to probably spend maybe $500 or $600 a month on Raid.
Oh wow!
But so that's,
I don't really need to with the CC perks and stuff. Just play more chill.
Well, and once you hit a certain point where like you've finished Faction Wars and you can do all of the content in the game,
let's grind.
yeah, you settle into a point where you're kind of in management mode instead of like ramp up mode. So yeah, I'm just enjoying kind of playing it a little bit more on a daily basis here and not needing to like wail out.
Makes sense.
Cool. Well, it was fun to touch base with you again. I know it had been a few months, and I appreciate you taking some time. I know it's night for you, so I appreciate you taking some time here to chill for a little bit and chat with me.
Yeah, I'll definitely want to have you on my channel one of these days, like I mentioned. I want to interview you for once. You're always the interviewer. Let's turn the tables.
That's right. All right, cool. Well, I will link to Ivy's stuff down below. Absolutely check her stuff out, and I will see you soon. Thanks for joining me. Have a good one.
Thanks.